Yay, Saturday morning. Yay. Saturday morning. Oh, this is so much more fun than Saturday morning cartoons, isn't it?
Well, you're right. It is.
Yeah, because I know you always talk about that addiction and your disappointment that you're adult now. And I'm sorry for you.
You know, you have to get out of the house. You have to put on clothes. Oh, by the way, hi, I'm Patrick. And this is Gabrielle.
Oh, yeah. I was just going to say, aren't you the host of this fabulous show, Patrick Allen Reynolds?
I'm one of them, yes. There are a myriad of hosts, I hope.
Well, there's also me.
Yes, you're a myriad all by yourself.
Yay. All right. I am a myriad.
Yeah.
Yes.
They call you Miss Myriad.
Miss Myriad. Actually, they don't call me that, but I think that's my reference on Facebook.
Well, they will now because millions of people are listening and watching.
Myriads and myriads.
Myriads of people.
Well,
myriads and pyramids.
I've got to say, we've got a couple of guests here that are both working on a show called Little Shop of Horrors.
Yay. Oh.
Somebody may have heard of that, but first I want to tell you I'm really excited.
Oh, what are you excited about?
I'm excited because tonight we're having a get-together at Tap Out for all the volunteers.
Yay, volunteers.
Yeah, all the volunteers.
Couldn't do it without them.
That's
exactly.
for true. That's very for true. And this is an appreciation for them and a kickoff of the 2023 season. So we're going to have everybody from performers to curtain pullers, and it's going to be really great. Free hot dogs, free French fries, free beer, my favorite.
You had me at free hot dogs.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Hot dogs and beer, baby. And fries. I mean, we're going all out. Door
all
prizes.
Out.
We have 3.
3 door prizes.
Door prize.
That's going to be
good
amazing.
ones, too. Don't tell.
I won't tell.
There's only 2 doors to the place.
I know. If you come in the right door.
Bring a truck or something because we'll give you an actual door. So
I think
I'm wrong.
You're going off on another tangent there. You've opened a strange new door on that one.
I love tangent. I have a 64 tangent convertible.
I know, and that's very fun. So it's going to be very fun. We are always looking for more volunteers too. So anybody knows can just sign up. Volunteers at Boquete, what is it called? eventsboquete.org.
/volunteers.
Yeah.
Is there a slash or a dash?
Well,
I think it's a slash.
It's a volunteers at for,
That's
the
for the email one.
Email.
Okay.
This is an interesting thing I'm just going to segue into right now before we introduce you, but then I'm going to ask you guys to join into this topic because we have been dealing with consultants on the entire spectrum of the technical capacity. Okay, so we have a millennial, an amazing guru of technology and communication, Ira Miller, who was on the show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He is an entrepreneur. He does everything digitally. He does everything on his smartphone. He's just teaching us these incredible tools to use. And then on the other side, we have my very good friend, Rob Brown, who has been helping for 40 years to make nonprofit performance organizations profitable. He's got all of his ways of doing things. This is how you sell tickets. This is how you reach out to people. And I'm trying to synthesize this in my poor brain going, one of them on this side goes, oh, we have to get everybody onto the deck here on your smartphone, and the other guy going, do a telethon, call everybody who's ever bought tickets. And I said, Rob, how do you call people that you don't have in your WhatsApp?
Yeah.
And they don't just accept calls from WhatsApp numbers, and he says, oh, this is different. I said, yeah, this is different.
It's not the 60s anymore.
No,
okay, you can't just call people on the
even
phone.
the 2010s, you could still get on the phone and bother people by telemarketing, but not so much here.
Yeah,
So we'll talk about that. But I do want to introduce, why don't you introduce our guests today? They've both been your radio co-hosts.
Yes, absolutely. Co-hosts on the Weekend Kickoff Show. Well, to my right, we have the lovely and talented Pam McDonald.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Currently co-hosting on Weekend Kickoff.
Currently
Yes,
co-hosting.
yes.
Friday mornings at noon,
noon.
which isn't
It's afternoons.
It's the middle of the
sort
day,
of
kind of.
afternoon. It still counts as morning in my world, but
And then over here we have the tall and handsome and very talented Michael Halpern.
woo,
Yeah.
who
Woo-woo.
has
I
co-hosted.
have.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
His radio is a blast, isn't it?
It is.
It
It's a lot of
is.
fun.
It
Yeah.
really is. It's a bunch of fun.
And you
So
meet great people and interview people and learn about the community. And
That's
it's
the
a
fun
great
thing.
show.
Yeah.
Great show.
Learning
Yeah.
about the community is
Learning, yeah.
amazing.
Exactly.
So
Yesterday's
many
show
people doing
was
so many different
like that.
things.
I know, huh?
yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
There's always a lot more to learn. And then we have this show on Saturdays, which is exclusively BCP oriented, so performance oriented. That doesn't mean only our performances, because, we've had, the amazing Juan Carlos
Adames.
And his incredible wife, Analia Nunez, who wrote, directed, produced, and performed
and starred
in,
in, yeah.
Blanca Nieves.
That was amazing.
It was the most astonishing show.
I couldn't believe it.
The
It was right here.
lighting. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
The lighting, the
just-
costumes. Oh
The-
my
oh,
God!
the
Where
costumes.
Did they buy those costumes
They didn't
from?
buy them. She made them.
She made
Analia,
that.
Yes.
Analia.
No.
Well, she had them
Oh, tell 'em
made,
about-
yes.
yeah.
Okay. So
This is great.
she plays the evil queen,
Oh,
and
she's so good.
she's
Oh, yeah.
so good. I
Oh.
mean, as I said, she was worth the cost of admission.
Yeah.
Her
Right
performance
there.
alone,
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and she was wearing that incredible velvet thing with the sleeves all the way down to the ground, and the sleeves sparkled, and everybody was like, what kind of sequins are those? Those are so weird. And we went backstage, and she said, no, not sequins. These are beetle wings, scarab beetles.
Wow.
500 or more
Mm-hmm.
scarab wings sewn onto that.
That's amazing.
How
That-
did you catch those things?
It must have taken forever.
Wow.
Okay, I've got 3. Almost there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. It's like catching fireflies. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, I light
Yeah.
up because I've got like 9,000 fireflies on me.
June bugs we used to do, but I.
June bugs, yeah.
Yeah.
But
oh.
she made the costumes for the entire cast.
The
Well-
7 dwarfs with the big
Oh, my
ass and
Lord,
the whole
yes.
thing.
Oh,
It was
man, those were-
they were
they were
I thought
hysterical.
They must
They were
have rented
great.
it. Rented
Yeah,
the whole thing
yeah.
from some
Yeah.
place that had
Where's
already done
Central
the show.
Costume around here,
Exactly.
you know?
It's,
And the lights and the computer systems and the things to run the smoke
Yeah.
and the lights
Oh,
and
yeah.
the music all together. And
well,
to
and
put
the
all
sets
together.
that were made out of lights. I mean, the
Yes.
LED
Oh, they're LED
panels.
panels. They were too much.
And Juan
I
Carlos.
want to be an LED panel when I grow up.
I know, really, man.
Juan Carlos did all the animation on those
Oh my
panels.
God.
So it's like these guys are.
You're blowing my mind. I thought they rented all this stuff.
They're
I thought
Yeah.
it was
un-
all done.
They're
Well,
unbelievable.
I think the panels are rented, but everything
No, but I
else
mean
they
everything
created.
on it.
Yeah.
Right.
Whoa.
He
Well,
was
the magic
actually.
mirror, the magic mirror, and how his features changed.
Yeah.
So the reason for that was because whatever technology he was using, and I don't know that much about it, but they only allowed him like 1 minute of recording, so he had to keep going back, and that's why it changed so much. Because
Which was perfect. He
Yeah, it was
he was
perfect.
apologizing to us and saying it's a glitch, and I said no, it's
works.
perfect.
Yeah.
It makes it
spooky.
look magical and weird
Right.
and
Yeah.
very creepy, and
Yeah.
it was great. But of course, I don't think anybody at this table is really that proficient with Espanol. But none of us had a problem understanding and enjoying that show. It was so outrageously brilliant.
I think the dwarves hip hop number was one of my
that was
faves, though. It
hysterical.
was-
That was too great.
Yeah.
So now they're back in town. They had to go to Panama City for a while, and they're back in town, and hopefully coming tonight
Oh.
to
Oh,
the
good.
Well, I'd like to meet
to the volunteer, because Juan Carlos and Analia have also been very generously consulting us to try to help us make this a very good season.
Oh, great.
And they are working on their next show, which is going to be The Sleeping Beauty.
wow.
I can't remember how to say that in Espanol at the moment, but yeah, that's going to be great, and that's in January, same theater,
I can't
hopefully.
remember either.
So, yes, it's going to be fantastic. So that's what we do on this show. We talk about theater, even if it's not just our theater, but it's local Chiriquí. And also, I will say, The other theater that we've got going on is down in Cocle Province, which is Rob Brown and his amazing wife, Yolanda, are working on their production of Gray Hair. So it is Hair, the musical.
But for us
I want to
generation,
be in that.
I do too.
I know.
Okay, guys, good.
It-
More typecasting.
Tell Rob.
It's really hysterical. Patrick and I did a table read of the first draft a few weeks back.
Yeah.
And it was really funny. And he's been working on it. He's up in Canada right now and working with his, he sort of has a workshop of actors up there, and they've been coming and helping him out with that. So he's making it more satirical, throwing in more jokes. The songs are fantastic.
Well, didn't you write the lyrics to one of the
Well,
songs?
I wrote a song. I don't know if he's going to use it. It's called Born to Be Wide. And, it's basically, it's about the condition we all kind of get into as we get older and hungrier.
We may have to use that in our own show.
We
I
might.
did write lyrics to help him out.
Oh, did
for,
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a little bit of, I can't remember what the song was. That.
The Age of Hilarious?
No, he took
That's one of his songs.
Sweet Caroline.
Oh, yes.
Sweet Caroline. And he's using, please pass my wine. So, it was, I gave him a little intro.
Don't want to give away too many of the jokes,
No,
but
can't do that. This is not our show.
they're
We
fast
can't-
and furious.
we can't be the only ones bragging about it, and they haven't even had a chance to talk about it yet. But yeah, it's going to be really fun, and that should hopefully be something that we can bring to Boquete for performance in about January. So we're gonna scramble for a venue, and the venue may be very similar to the Juan Carlos and Analia's situation. We'll see. That would be.
Where we walked
That
in
would
there
be
and thought, oh, if only we
amazing.
could do our show.
I
here.
know, huh?
Yeah.
That was an amazing.
I thought we'd have buses, and just bus people down because they don't want to drive all the way to David. We would just bus them down. We have 20
But
buses.
That's a great
that's an
idea,
easy-
really.
That mall is easy. You're not really in David, into super
no,
bad
no,
Right,
traffic.
it's very
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But,
you can
know.
get in and out easily.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the way they transformed that corridor into a 500-seat house with as you say, lights and technology and curtains and things, and they actually took out a wall to make the backstage as large as the performance, larger
It's
than
bigger,
the stage,
actually,
and
yeah.
it's,
Yeah, I was jealous
it's
of that
equal to the
backstage.
size
Oh,
of the
that
house.
was cavernous.
It's huge, and they can do everything back there.
They
so
had
it's-
makeup tables and everything. The lighting for the.
Oh,
the
man.
food brought in for the performers,
Food.
and I mean, it was astonishing. Everything about it was so superb.
We have our performers do their makeup while they're still in their car because that's that's all the room we've got.
While they're eating a sandwich.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
While they're
Yeah,
driving.
but that's the difference with volunteers, I guess.
Right.
But yes, so we are appreciating our volunteers, and do bring more volunteers, and do you all there sign up to volunteer because we have fun and we appreciate our volunteers a lot.
We do.
So this is going to be a bunch of fun tonight. Free hot dogs, free fries, free beer. Yay!
And the thing is, you have enough volunteers, then you don't have just one or two people saddled with every job. You can rotate. That way it takes a lot of pressure, stress off, you don't have to be the parking lot monitor every night, just
Right.
one or two nights.
Well, and that actually is a kind of a nice segue into what it is that our guests are up to, because these guys are both taking multiple roles.
Good segue.
Yeah,
segue.
for these volunteers, when you get volunteers that are multi-talented, it's really hard to not say, oh, and can you also please? So our beloved Michael Halpern, who is an incredible vocalist, was kind of reticent, can we say, to agree to be our music
Well, that was the
director.
third choice. So what are you going to do?
Choices 1 and 2 weren't working
They
out.
weren't working out. It didn't happen. So
Yeah.
I was happy to take it over. But
Yeah.
I'm loving it. It's
You-
great
And you're doing a
fun.
magnificent
It's great.
job.
Thank you. Thank
You are one of the most amazing musical directors that I've seen, and it's really fun because, as I always say, the musical director's job is to give confidence to his performers.
Right.
Yeah.
And you are bringing everybody up, 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 up. It's
Thank you.
fantastic
Thank you.
to
It's
be at
really fun.
rehearsals and listen to the improvement in performance. It's fantastic.
We have such talented people to work with.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're willing to, open up and be fearless.
Uh-huh.
And that's what it takes. And so I'm happy to move them in that direction.
Yeah, and perform together. You got a lot of tight harmonies in there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was amazed when we finally put the three urchins or
Uh-huh.
doo-wop girls, whatever we call them,
Yeah.
and put those three together. The voices blend beautifully.
Oh, they
It
sounded
does.
so
It doesn't always
amazing.
happen that way, but it does. It
Yeah.
does. People are just going to love the music in this
Yeah.
show.
Oh, yeah.
It's
amazing.
outstanding.
And I got to compliment you because one of the things that you did that I thought was just amazing. So the young man who's playing Seymour has a beautiful singing voice, and he is a singer. And he even said to you, I've been taught to sing to make it pretty, right? You taught him how to act and sing at the same
Right.
time.
That's the whole point.
And that was amazing.
Yeah.
And it ain't
Right.
pretty, baby.
Well, you keep it pretty at the same time, but you add character, and that's
Exactly.
Yeah,
where it's at.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's finding. If you read the lyrics in a song, there's so much there, like
Yeah.
any role, and you have to find who is this person. You have to define who it is, what's he going through,
Yeah.
he or she is going through at that moment,
Yeah.
and what the lyrics are telling you, and where you want to go with this. Where is this song leading?
Right.
And once you start thinking about all those things, it changes the character of your voice because
Right.
you start communicating. You aren't just singing, and that's the difference in musical theater. I sing with Cafe con Leche and
Yeah.
band, and we sing the Sinatra stuff, and it's really lovely, and you want to get the sound exactly
Yes.
soothing and
Yeah.
beautiful
Which
and all
you
that.
do.
Oh,
I
thank
mean,
you.
the band is fantastic. It's really lovely.
We enjoy it a lot. But in musical theater, it's not always like that.
Right,
It's,
right.
It's, you've got a character, and you've got to get that across
Yeah.
through how you shape what it is you're singing. So
Yeah, I think that's a fact that most people miss, when they think about musical theater, or they try to do it, they've never done it, or, well, I'll just sing a few numbers and
Right.
and then turn around and do a few lines and act, I mean, lines like on the page.
right.
Yeah.
Not lines like the
I
90s.
guess
Not like lines on the mirror.
I'm gonna sing something, but first. No.
Yeah.
No, but not only do you make that point, but you're teaching that to these young actors, and they just the difference is night and day. It's really amazing to see this happen.
It is.
Yeah,
And one of the funnest things about our theater here in Boquete, is we have so many people who either have never acted before, or it's been so many years since they've done it, and they have to relearn.
Yeah.
And everybody, you start working with people, and everybody says, oh yeah, we can do this. Because it's the same, there are actors who just read the lines, and
Right.
they don't put anything into it too. So you definitely want to give that ability to get in there and act and convey something. And there's subtext and there's layers, and that's true whether they're singing their lines or speaking
Exactly.
them.
Right. Right.
And speaking of which, I am now pointing at our beautiful Pam McDonald, because she is also an actress. She is also our volunteer coordinator. She is also helping to coordinate our sponsors. And hopefully right now she's also producing Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
So when she talks about the stuff going on in rehearsals, because she's there at all
I'm
the
there.
rehearsals.
You're there.
I'm
You're
there.
Yeah.
She's piping in with helpful. I can get that for you.
Well, the costumes are already great. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're working on the costumes
Yeah.
because we have to have a look, right?
Yeah.
And so I was lucky enough to stumble upon, for the urchins, our three harmony ladies, the perfect 1960s super sparkly dresses. So they've arrived, and we're going to try them on today.
Oh, how cool!
Sparkly. Are they beetle wings?
No, I couldn't find enough beetle wings for three
The
people.
Rolling
So
Stone wing.
Oh, yeah, there you
Rolling
go.
Stone wings are very
Had to
funny.
come up with it. So
That's great.
I've been waiting for 10 minutes.
Beetle wings.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's amazing. We have those costumes. Actually, those costumes will be on view, won't they, even before the show? Because
will be.
Tonight's exciting, but in 2 weeks, it's even more exciting.
Oh
is.
my gosh, you have to tell the public about it.
Do tell.
Shall I?
So,
Shall I?
I think you
I
should.
believe so.
I really do.
All right. Well,
Don't be shy.
Okay, I'll work on that. We have the mega fundraiser coming up in 2 weeks. We're going to have a karaoke season kickoff.
Karaoke.
I mean, there are people who love it, and there are people who hate it, and there are people who are really good at it, and there are people who are really bad at it. And it's going to be fun because at a fundraiser, you get to pay money for any of those choices.
What?
I know.
Uh-huh.
I know.
Isn't that amazing?
Astounding.
I can't believe it.
Well, you know how great everybody sings on your show.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't wait to hear them sing karaoke, sing the kind of stuff that they love to do because they all are singers of one kind
Yeah,
or another.
that's true.
And I'm telling them what to do here in this,
Right,
this setting,
right.
but
Yeah.
I want to hear them do what they do.
oh,
Yeah.
they're preparing.
Yeah.
They're
They
preparing. They're
are.
talking and
Oh, I
whispering.
know. Andrea came to me with a duet. She says, we got to do this duet. And she sent me the files and to listen to it.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, very
cool.
fun.
Somebody is working on the flower song, the flower duet from Lakshmi. Lakshmi or Lakmi?
Luck. I think it's Luck Me.
You know, that
Yes.
opera.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. So I'm not sure if that's for karaoke night, but I know they're working on it.
Oh,
That's
wow.
astonishing
That's
because
an
that's the
astonishing
most
number.
beautiful harmony
That would be good for
for
karaoke
women's
night.
voices
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
ever been done, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
And all of them are preparing, as you say, the music that they love, so that they'll perform it for karaoke, and then
And some in Spanish because
That's
See.
true.
a lot of our cast are not
English
English
speakers,
speakers. It's their
See.
first language.
See.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they certainly speak it as their second language. Makes me crazy when I try to learn it Spanish.
Oh, I know.
and
huh?
they just walk in there and say, "Sure, I can do that."
Uh-huh.
So we'll have, some Spanish, some English songs, and then we'll have the public, with their dollars, will be able to vote for who they want to hear again, or who.
Are they really going to pay for who they don't want to see?
I don't know.
I
Well,
don't want to be that person.
We have
Mike Schwartz has volunteered
Oh, has
to
he?
sing. Yes, he's gonna
Schwartz,
sing.
are you coming? This is
Yeah,
this
he's
is
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
sing "My
This is-
Way."
his way.
His way.
He's
My
my
way.
way.
He's
His way.
gonna sing
Trust me on that.
"My Way."
I thought of a couple alternatives. He wasn't comfortable with My Way. He could do MacArthur Park.
Oh.
It's melting in the dark, by the way.
Well, I thought you were going to object to Mike Schwartz doing that.
I
You were supposed to because that's the way you
'cause
worked it out.
Well, I went
before the
off
show.
script there. It's so early in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he can't sing that. What are you talking
there
about?
you go.
Oh, yes.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, what are you nuts?
Mike Schwartz can sing.
He can't carry a tune in a bucket
Well,
or 3 buckets.
his band lets him sing with them.
Yeah, well,
sometimes.
he's the drummer. You can't hear him. All you can hear is the drums.
Well, we'll see.
We'll
I mean,
see.
I think this will be a raging controversy. Can Mike Schwartz sing? And I think everybody in Boquete should come out to the fundraiser just to learn the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Can he or can't he?
And if he can't sing, then what?
Well,
He
then,
start singing?
then
They'll start hiking when they're walking in the park with you too.
there's going
The
to
lazy
be.
person's hiking group.
There
right?
you go.
And singing.
And hiking and singing.
Hiking and singing.
Sing to the
Ooh.
ducks in the park.
That's right.
Sunday in the park with George.
Great way
I
to
know.
get rid of ducks.
Well, I heard there was going to be an amazing MC for that evening because there's a lot going on besides just karaoke.
Yes, there
Yes.
is.
Who was that guy that was going to MC?
MC Screwdriver.
No. Oh, is that your stage name?
That's my
as the
stage
MC?
name. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not.
MC Hammer was taken.
It's not Patrick Reynolds that's going to be the MC.
Yeah.
It's MC
See,
Screwdriver.
All right.
Which is a delicious beverage made with orange juice and vodka. Yes, I will be emceeing the event. And what if here's another question. Let's say anybody wants to get up and do a song,
Yes,
could they?
and they do because that's
can.
what karaoke is about. Yeah.
And what are we gonna make them pay a little money to
We're
do
going to
that?
make them pay a little money to do that.
Oh, they got to pay to sing.
They got to pay to sing.
Pay to
okay.
sing, pay to shut up. Yeah.
But we have other things happening besides the karaoke, right?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that.
We have a silent auction.
Oh.
And it's going to become a lively auction later in the evening. But we have some amazing things for that auction.
Because
Wow.
soliciting them and receiving
Collecting.
donations. And you know more about this than anybody.
Well, one of the things that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw it out to the public.
Okay.
We got 2 nights
Uh-oh.
at the Las Lajas Beach Resort.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Love
gosh,
it.
that's a great
These
place.
are
All right.
spectacular items
Yeah.
we have for our
We love Las Lajas. I
We
think
do.
it's
We do.
everybody in town loves to go
So
there.
come on, folks.
We got
and-
that.
My dog
we got,
loves
bid on
Las
it.
Lajas.
we
All
got
right.
some
That beach.
artists that are
Oh, we have a
donating
lot of
some
art.
beautiful pieces. I can't believe. Well, I won't go into all of that now.
No,
Maybe
some
next week we
jewelry,
can talk
yeah.
more. But when I said we would have an opportunity to see your sparkly dresses
we're-
at that evening, it's because these beautiful young women in their beautiful gowns are going to be parading through the crowd with
Displaying.
the auction items. See?
Wow,
Don't
you've
you think
thought of
that's fun?
everything.
And then what happens is after they've seen all these beautiful items and they've put their bids on the paper,
Exactly.
somebody's going to take that final paper to our amazing MC Screwdriver, who's going to turn this from a silent auction to a very live.
Oh
Lively
my
auction.
gosh.
I know.
So we take it from there.
Yes.
And then we solicit
Well,
more
look at this.
bids?
Look at this, guys. I've got a brand new Cadillac Eldorado here, and there's only $200 bid on this. So, can we get a little more here? Can I get who? Give me 3. Who? Give me 3. Give me 3.
Hey, I
Give me 5. Give me 3. Give me what am I bid? What am I? Give me 20.
Hey, that's
I've
good.
watched some of those, and I can't believe that they really do that.
I know it. There's no way. There's no way.
They say it's real words in there, though.
I believe it. It's
Maybe
got-
if you slowed it down, what am I bid for this?
Exactly. That's what I need to
Yeah.
understand.
And what else are we doing that night?
Oh, yes,
Wow.
we have more things.
Oh, there's more?
There's more.
Wait.
But wait.
There's
But wait.
more.
There's
more.
a couple more things.
We're going to actually have snippets, previews of our upcoming shows.
Yes.
Wow, that'll be cool.
Didn't know that.
Yes. Oh, and as the
I'm
music
learning
director,
so much today.
perhaps as music director, you should have been consulted. But, things just
Yeah, or
happen.
changing the karaoke night by a week. Maybe we should have
There
been
was
notified.
that. There was that. Yes, but I like to keep you,
our
on
toes.
your toes,
Right.
interested.
You know,
It's like,
you know how many things I had to cancel?
oh,
How
dear.
many?
Change?
Oh, my God.
Let me think. At
Was it
least,
terrible? Oh.
Actually, none. No.
Oh.
Well, that's good because we thought the 29th was a better night. So that's how we've shifted it over there. And it's going to be fun. Now, tonight is for anybody that wants to be a volunteer. If you're not a volunteer yet, come on down anyways. We'll sign you up.
Sign you up.
We'll assign
You've
you
got
a
a list
job.
of all the things that people can do. I saw you sent that out on
Yes.
Yeah.
Facebook some time ago. I
Yeah.
said, really? That many things?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
things.
there's a lot of things. A lot of things people can do.
Right.
So even if you think you have no ability, you've got the ability to do something in there.
In fact, I actually had a neighbor who said, I really want to get involved, but I have no talent. And I said, can you pull a curtain?
There you go.
That takes some talent.
That's
A little
perfect.
bit, not
A
too
little
much.
bit.
Also, there's a lot of, working in the theater, taking tickets, getting people to their seats. We're going to do different stuff this year. And this is why, another segue back to how interesting it is to work with somebody advising you when they have done this for 40 years and somebody who's a millennial that says, this is how it's done now.
Right.
Oi. So, it's interesting. So we're going to have seat numbers, which we've never had in BCP, to my knowledge.
Boy, reserved seat.
Reserved seats and for season tickets. So you can get the seat you want and have it for all 5 shows.
And for sponsors, we have box seats.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Sitting
Yeah.
on a box is one of my favorite things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's. They're,
Thank you for sharing
but
that,
they're plush
Michael.
boxes.
Ah, they're good. They're good.
Well, they're plush looking.
We are learning a lot about you, too, which is great. It's always great. So yeah, I think it's going to be really an interesting season. We're going to
Wow.
try a
Great
lot
ideas,
of things
lot of
new.
ideas.
A lot of new things.
Well,
and-
if you're a member of the BCP, you get first crack at getting the season tickets.
Really?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
What does it take to be a member, pray tell?
Well, haha, that's pretty simple. All you have to do is come on down to the Tuesday market at the Arco Iris Room, or click on over to eventsbookette.org and sign up. Just
Become
sign
a
up.
There's
member.
no cost involved
Oh,
in
well,
being a member?
Actually, we
None.
do.
Oh wait, no, there is a
Because
cost.
I paid $15 when
There-
I signed
there
up.
is-
Oh.
2019.
See.
It's a donation. So it was $15, and next month it goes up to $20 for an annual membership.
Can I renew right now?
Yes,
yes.
you can absolutely. That way, you're for sure going to get your season tickets because members get it for $72
$72 for the whole
for the
season?
whole season for 5 shows.
Wow.
And when you sign up early, you get to choose where you're going to sit and which performance you're going to attend. You don't have to know that when you come to buy your season ticket. You don't have to say, okay, I want October 15 for this show and October 23 for this show. You can decide which performance you're going to come to later and go online and reserve that seat. But you've already paid for it, see?
Great.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
I think it's going to be cool.
I'm very impressed.
Ah.
Well, wait till we pull this off.
yeah,
Then
then
you'll be impressed.
We'll see how it
It sou-
shakes out.
It sounds impressive from everything I'm learning from both sides.
Really, I mean,
of the
where
spectrum.
you've come in one
Yeah.
year. It's like, wow.
You know,
Yeah.
it's the BCP is an ever evolving, ever changing organism. It's kind of an organism, right? Or organization,
Or an organelle, perhaps.
maybe.
Let's just stop there.
Okay.
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right,
With our
all
word
right.
in.
Well, trouble. The trouble meter is starting to peak. Oh no.
But I just have to say that none of this would happen without you two.
Oh.
You two are just
Absolutely.
Insane.
unbelievable. You're insane.
Yeah.
You're
Insane.
insane.
But
You're
you're
my
driving
favorite
this whole
people.
thing.
Oh,
And I
thank
just,
you.
I just
Thank
love
you.
you and what
All
you
right.
do in this community and what you've done for all this. I mean, if something needs to be done, you guys are there. Even when we walked in the door, somebody came to you with an issue that's way out in left field.
Yeah.
And immediately you took it upon yourselves to find a solution. And I just
And I hope it
I love
works
you
out
guys.
for
I
that
love you
person.
guys. You are
Oh,
amazing.
thanks, man. We love you too.
Yeah, thank you.
yeah.
The place has been better since you've been here, I'll tell you that.
And I got to say, I mean,
and Pam as well.
Yeah, I mean-
Pam's only been here for 2 years, and look at everything is better since you're
yeah,
here.
we may be out here lighting the fuse, but you guys are the ones that are really making this happen and putting this all together. You know,
yeah.
it's true. It's
I
true.
thought you were going to say holding the firecracker.
She's lighting the fuse. I'm holding the firecracker. They call me Stubby.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well, the thing is, you know what I found interesting is when we closed last season, and it was the first time we'd ever done, theater in a tent in the rainy season in Central America. What could go wrong? It was a very wild experiment, and this is the first time we had done 4 shows jammed into 8 weeks. So all of it was crazy, and it worked, which blew me away. It was so much fun, and we had some really excellent performances that got better as people could see this progression, and it was working out really nicely. What happened was several folks, including many Panamanians, were coming to us after going, I want to be involved in this. So when you start to build your talent pool like that, and you start to learn what's possible here that's more uniquely Boquete and Chiriquí, and you go, wait, this is our opportunity. We are not like any other theater. We can do very different things here. So I feel like in the year since we closed the last season and, before we open this one, we've just been blessed with all these amazing ideas and people and skills that are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
Well, the people who came to audition for Little Shop, it was amazing. It was just
Yes.
so many people that were so incredibly talented. We got very lucky with that cast. Some of those people are
I told
just
Christopher Minori, our director,
Yes.
before he started, I said, do you have any idea what you're getting into? Do you know how much music is in this? Because he's not a music guy.
Yeah.
He admits that.
Yeah.
And I do. I know. And I looked at the music, and I looked how difficult it all is, and I said, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But then auditions happen, and oh my God. I mean, this
And-
tiny
I know,
little
I
area
know.
Yeah.
came up with so much talent.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm with you on that, man. I'm thinking, oh, this is insane.
How is
This
he gonna
can't
pull this
happen.
one off?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking
Yeah.
about the stage and all the props and the
Oh, my
plant. Oh my
goodness.
goodness, that
The
was blowing
plants.
my mind.
I mean,
Yeah.
Did you see the plant that
Yes.
he's come up with?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
one
so
of the
far,
Audrey
and
2
that's
puppets.
just number one. There's 2 more.
Yeah.
The last one, I think, takes up almost the entire stage.
Yes,
It
it
has
does.
to be big
Life
enough-
size,
Has to be
yeah.
big enough to eat people. Not that I'm giving
Now,
away
don't,
the story. but-
yeah, don't tell everything.
Well, you know, I
Just
think
because
it's
it features
kind
a
of out there.
man-eating plant, you know, yeah.
No,
but
no, it's equal opportunity. It's
But
women
he's
too.
building it. He's getting it all done. Chicken wire and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So I think he's
Seamstresses.
hired the Rose Bowl people.
Oh,
to
good,
come
good,
in
yeah.
and help him. You know,
It'll be
fashion.
made out of
Right.
actual flour.
Oh, we did that before.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah.
Oh,
actually
yeah, you
did.
guys were in LA.
Yeah, one
Right.
year Disney had actually my part of the company, Walt Disney Imagineering, had a float in the Rose Parade. So we all got to go down there and help decorate it
Oh,
and
how
put
fun.
all of the. I think I had to put peppercorns in to Mickey Mouse's eyeballs or
Oh, yeah.
ears or something. It was really fascinating, and all these hours and all this glue and all these petals
You
and
come home with a lot of glue on your hands.
a lot of glue. But then we went and saw it live, and it was so much.
It was
fun.
cool. Yeah, it
It
was
was
fun.
just- it
I
was
did
great.
rice. I got to, you
Oh,
know,
that's right.
You
You
put
had
a
to do
bunch
the
of
white.
rice and some glue, and then you stick it to an arm or whatever. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because every inch
Everything
inch
is
has
covered
to
with
be
organic
covered.
material.
Mhm.
Right.
So I like your idea. We will suggest that to our beloved Christopher Minori and say, hey, instead of just paint, you know, we've got a lot of flower petals here. We could do
Make
some
this
really,
organic.
yeah,
Make
we
it
could
harder than it is.
really a
And
plant.
I'm going to go catch some beetles and help
I
them out.
right on.
know.
All right,
I know,
all
but
right.
those ladies
knew
are
that was
gonna
coming.
Of
they're
course.
gonna be they're gonna be wearing their
f-
non-beetle sparkly dresses,
Dresses.
Right.
walking around on the 29th there. That's gonna be spectacular.
That's gonna be
I'd say
great.
go for Ringo. He's the slowest. You catch him easier.
But okay, I think we had something we were talking about. I don't remember.
Costumes,
We're talking
singing.
about everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
Yeah.
That's how we go.
It's a smorgasbord of talk.
Well, I
here.
think I'm going to take it back to a couple of clicks back where we were talking about the amazing talent that came out of the woodwork because I still have one role to cast for the Tin Woman.
Ah.
I'm having a little trouble with this, and then when I tell you what it is, you'll understand because we're looking for a young man.
Yes.
Oh, see, there you go. Right now, you understand
Yeah.
the
Cricket.
difficulty.
Yeah, right.
We've got old men, we've got young women who are willing to go on stage, but I have not been able to persuade any
35 to 45 year old.
humans of the male persuasion. I would take them from 18 to 50. I mean, really, just any level of young. That's what we're looking for. So.
Okay.
Keep your eyes open for a young human that
what-
would agree to go on stage.
What kind of role is it?
It's a great role. It's not a lot of lines, but it is pivotal to the play. And I don't want to give away a lot.
Okay.
It's called The Tin Woman, and
So he wears this funnel on his head.
well,
Well,
no,
that's
that's
the
the
Tin
Tin
Man.
Man.
It's Tin
yes,
Man,
the Tin
yeah.
Man.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is the Tin
A
Woman.
60s
But
music.
like the Tin Woodsman from The Wizard of Oz, she needs a heart.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, so
All right.
that's what so the tagline that I wrote for it says, "Joy needs a heart." Aha! But when she gets one, what does she do with it?
That's always
See,
the question.
so it's a little bit of intrigue there,
Yeah.
but we need the young man. We need the young man. So keep your eyes open. Try to persuade your friends.
Eyes and ears.
Okay, if I knew
maybe-
a young person, I would definitely put
Well,
him forward.
you've got
Yeah.
some in your show. I know. We're gonna.
Yeah, they've used up all.
Yes, exactly. Those are the only
that's-
ones I know.
That's the thing. I was going to go for Seth, but now Seth is in your show, so.
Yeah, right.
Well, I think
and-
we probably need to have
downtown.
another audition session. So we
Yes,
can-
let's have another audition. Not today because
Not
we
today,
have this
'cause we're
going on, but
busy.
next
We're a little busy
Saturday.
today.
Next Saturday, I think would be a good time to hold callbacks and new auditions for a couple of new people that we need. So we'll get that out there. An audition notice is forthcoming. So that's one thing to keep in mind. But other than that, I'd say, yes, you're right. We've found everybody. Not to mention, when you talk about the difficulty of creating this puppet, don't forget Mike Hill, because he's a genius.
He's a genius.
What about Ira?
Yeah, we won't do this on the air right now, but yes, we have talked with Ira, and he's keeping a lookout for folks that he knows in his
He's trying to get a
persuasion.
3D printer to.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
I know.
He will.
That's the
He'll-
kind of stuff he does.
Exactly.
We can use a replicant. I don't mind. You
Yeah.
know, it's a little bit of a wooden reed, but still.
Like you said,
Yeah.
it doesn't have that many lines.
Yeah.
A replicant could probably do it.
We could maybe do a cardboard cutout. There you go.
How about a hologram?
Yeah. Ooh.
Well,
We'll
that's
get Juan Carlos on that because I bet he can do that.
yeah. He'll make a hologram. If you had a cardboard cutout, then you could make the lips move like Clutch Cargo, you know. And so
I
somebody
love
off
this.
stage could be any age, you know, could do the voice, and you just
And
somebody
just
make
move
the
it
lips.
around the stage. Someone behind it. Just
Oh, I just love that. I mean, it works for a little shop, so you know.
yeah.
That's it. We'll start doing more puppetry and less.
Well, you know, and this is the thing that's going on with the SAG union, your union, where
Strike.
They've gone on strike because
we will not be
producers are
replaced.
doing exactly that kind of thing. They're taking people and making them digitally appear.
Right.
Well, that's been actually happening. You know, a couple of years back, we were in LA, and I thought, I signed up to Central Casting to do extra work. You know, it's kind of my career going on that side, right? Because I thought I'll get a little more paid into my pension,
Yeah.
right?
And it's still
And-
on camera. That's
Yeah. So I did this one low budget movie, but it was union, and they had about 10 extras, and the scene was in the church. So they said, okay, now you're going to sit here and we're going to shoot this scene. And then you're going to sit over there and we're going to shoot this scene. And then you're going to sit back here. And then they're going to digitally composite. So it looks like there's
thousands.
100 people in the church,
Oh.
right? And there was only 10 or 15 or whatever.
Right. And they all look like you.
It was a sad production. It was weird. And you know, one of the big issues now is the producers, they want to use people as extras for one day only, scan their faces, and then use them in perpetuity in every production they do from here on out. So it makes it a lot harder for people to earn a living. There's 160,000 members of the Screen Actors Guild. 84% of them are unemployed most of the time and don't have health insurance. So, you know, it's a thing.
As if it weren't tough enough already to
Yeah,
be an actor.
and it is. So
You and I have shared war stories about.
yes, we have.
Doing commercials and things.
Yeah,
like that. It's
yeah.
been-
You've
crazy.
You've been in the trenches. You
Yeah.
know what's going on there.
Yeah, some amazing things.
The good news is,
But you weren't always in LA doing it, right? You were all
No.
over.
Well, no, mostly that. But I was in New York doing theater. But when I moved to LA, then when I wanted to retire, I decided, well, I think I'll, try my hand. So I did narration, I did voiceovers, I did commercials.
you have a
things like
great
that.
voice for voiceover.
I have a great look for radio. Actually.
Who was your agent? I feel
Tim
like.
O'Brien. Tim
At-
O. No, he had his own company.
Oh, okay. So then I didn't.
He was out in the
but
valley.
That's what I would do for Disney is get in voice actors, and I worked with a lot of agents and
Yeah, I
said,
wish I would've
need-
known you then."
I know, me too. That would have been
Yeah.
such fun. But
Right.
it was an easy gig for me because you just call the agents and say,
Right.
I need somebody
Boom.
like da 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 da. They'd send over an audition tape, and then the show producer could say, get those 4 people in, and it was great. It was such fun.
Right.
And there's a voice, this is what you were saying earlier about putting your acting, putting your communication of an emotion and of a reality that the character is going through. You have to put that all into your voice when you're doing voiceover. It's a real specific skill for acting.
Oh, it's incredible.
And it's fun, but it's not every actor can do it.
Yes, including me. I narrated nonfiction, which was easy, but I listened to a lot of Audible, a lot of
Yeah.
novels and
Uh-huh.
things online on Audible, and I'm down to 4 narrators that I can listen to.
oh,
Oh,
really?
my
Yeah,
goodness.
really, 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
The rest, I just can't listen to. I said I can't listen to you for 10 hours.
No.
But the ones that are great, there can be 20 characters in the
And they pull it
novel,
off.
and they have a different voice. It's slightly different, but it's different voice for everyone, and you always know who's talking.
Yeah.
Yes.
You always know who's
Yeah.
talking. They get back to it each time. It is an amazing skill.
I'll
I
have to
can't-
compare notes with you because I have a very low tolerance for audiobooks,
I've got some great ones.
largely because of that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I can't listen. To
I can't
this.
listen to that.
Nails
It's
on a
just-
chalkboard. Ah.
Well, it's people reading lines.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
aren't inside the story. They
Yeah.
are these characters. They are
Right.
these people.
That's-
and it takes an actor.
It
you know,
does.
It really
to do
does.
this. It can't just be somebody with a great voice.
Right.
It's somebody with, who has the acting chops. That's what
Absolutely.
makes it work.
Yeah.
We have a friend in LA, Nancy Van Eiderstein. Hi, Nancy. Who
Nancy.
does audio books and voiceover and stuff. And she's one of
She's
the
a
people
fabulous actress.
that you're talking about. She acts.
Yeah.
You know, her voice portrays what the author had intended, and all of the stuff she does is. And you've heard her on a million things as well, commercials. and-
Well, and she was doing the intros to not intros, but the ads for movies
Oh.
in an age when
yeah.
yeah. So
Right.
she was the female of that one. I can't remember the name of the actor.
Oh,
who-
what was his name? Come on. We all know.
Francisco.
Anyway, we'll think
Anyway,
of it
we
as
know
soon
him.
as we're
Yeah.
off the air.
Yeah.
We'll think of the name of that guy.
Right.
And his amazing book movie
In a
about that
World.
in a world.
Yeah. In fact, there was a good movie
Yes.
on him
his film.
with Lake Bell,
Yeah.
the comedian.
Right.
It was very funny.
Yeah,
Very good
yeah.
stuff. So all this stuff, Pam,
I know I wasn't part of that world.
you want to, but
But you are now.
I
so.
am now.
Hey, yes. You're one of us.
I'm one of you.
10 years you'll be talking about
Yeah, all this
The
stuff.
good old days.
the good old days
Good
of
old
BCP.
days.
You were running around shooting him up. Shoot
Yes,
him up. Bam, bam,
I was
bam.
a cowgirl.
Really?
Oh, he
Kinda.
doesn't know this story.
You didn't know this?
No.
So
Ah.
my late husband and I, for about 10 years, were doing competitive cowboy action shooting.
Uh-huh.
Which means you're on
Yeah.
horseback.
Not
Draws
quick draw.
Oh.
That's a whole different sport.
Oh, okay.
But it was on the clock, and you had 25 targets. Each stage had a different scenario, so you had to know your lines for that scenario. You did not use your real name; you used an alias. So I was Bonnie Bullet.
Bonnie Bullet. That's
and
too
my
adorable.
husband was Lefty Winchester, and you had to be in character the entire time you were there.
That's acting.
So there would be like a 4 or 5 day event. It was a state shoot or a regional shoot or whatever with banquets and everything. You were totally in costume of the 1860s. And you were just in character the whole time. So it wasn't,
But you were really shooting.
you were really
things.
shooting. You had, each stage you had 2 pistols, a rifle, and a shotgun.
I've never shot a gun.
It's
And they're all single action, which means you have to pull the trigger each and every time that you shoot. In fact, the organization's called the Single Action Shooting Society.
Oh,
SAS. C-A-S.
SAS.
SAS.
Wow.
So that was my
how interesting.
Hobby.
The things you learn about
And
people
that's-
on
I
this
know,
show.
huh? See?
It's incredible.
That's what brought her to theater. I mean,
Wow.
and that is kind of
obviously.
theater.
Yeah, it is
actually.
theater,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That is
yeah.
theater. It's tough when you could do.
Just don't get in her way.
Yeah, exactly. You could do dinner theater because that's the thing that I always find challenging is you have to interact with actual people who are not in your show, and you have to stay in the character of your show, even though you're interacting with people who aren't playing. I've always had that disconnect. For me, it's like, no, I want to talk to somebody else who also knows their lines.
Yeah, right.
So
Well, one of the things about
Well, it's reacting,
excuse me, those competitions is, especially the regional and the state shoots, they did draw a crowd. We would have several hundred people coming to these things because you're in costume and you're hauling around these guns and you had gun carts that were all fancied up and things. So we were covered by local TV shows and things whenever we would
Right.
have these, and people would come out to watch. So you would interact with people.
that's how you became a performer, because you.
Well, actually, I was performing since I was a little kid.
Uh-huh.
My first play was when I was 10, and I did a play called Elmer Cleans Up for a local TV show or TV station, the PBS station Chicago, WTTW. And just, for high school and all that kind of stuff, community theater in my 20s.
Uh-huh.
And then had children, life went on, and didn't do
And
anything
then-
until I became Bonnie Bullet.
And then you did like PSAs
I did PSAs for the Red Cross in Portland, Oregon.
and you appeared on camera for that.
Yes,
Wow.
and I did. I was an extra for some of the. Excuse me, I'm having a problem today. Some of the shows that were shot in Portland, Oregon. I was on Leverage and I was on Grimm. I tried out for Portlandia and I just wasn't that weird.
Weird enough.
I wasn't that show.
They don't know you
So-
like we do.
I know you're weird enough for us. Honey,
Yes.
so-
I
told-
got weird after I retired, I guess.
yeah, there you go.
I told you I started out and got my equity card doing outdoor drama.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tecumseh and all that in in the South.
Oh,
This
wow.
was in Xenia, Ohio. where,
Really?
We had to learn how to ride horses, and we had to learn. We had rifles
my
to shoot, and we had
gosh.
cowboys and Indians. It's a huge production. When the cavalry comes riding in, they come riding in.
Really?
The lights come up.
Oh,
and all
that'd be
these horses
cool.
are coming at you. It's
Wow.
incredible.
So that's like our son did Civil War reenacting. It sounds very very similar,
very
but
similar, right?
but you had a better audience.
We had a good audience.
Yeah.
They built
Wow.
a theater just for this show. It's called Blue Jacket, and back
Really?
when was it,
Wow.
1981 or something.
Oh, wow.
And it was great fun, but we rode horses bareback because we were Indians.
Oh,
So rode
you were an
bareback.
Indian.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
hard.
man.
I had hardly been on a horse in my life, and they said, "There's the horses, go ride."
Get on that horse.
All right. And the first time out, I'm galloping along, and the horse knows I don't know a thing what's
Uh-huh.
going on, and it's. And I went over.
Oh,
And I'm looking
ouch.
up at him, and that's what happened to Christopher Reeve.
I know.
Yes.
Broke his neck.
I
Yeah.
was lucky. I mean, I landed flat. There was a lot of grass. It was a lot of rain.
Oh,
I came
wow.
through, but I really hugged the horse next time. I used my long legs to hold.
Yeah, really.
But did you fire guns as you were riding?
They were blanks.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah,
see, you
yeah.
said you never fired a gun. You
Yeah,
still
well,
fired a gun,
yeah.
even
Yeah.
though you didn't fire a
Shot a
bullet.
blank, though.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's a great
But
story.
even
It was-
blanks
it was
can be
fun.
scary. I mean,
yeah,
they can
blanks
hurt
can
you.
kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
If
fact,
it's at close range.
they have. There was an
Yeah,
actor
recently.
in '81 that he had just gotten his own TV show, and he was playing with the gun, and the armorer should have never let him have it, and it had a blank in the wad went in, and
Yeah,
those can be
same.
And then
dangerous.
there was the one just 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, now that you tell the story, you make me realize we need to add something to our volunteer skill set. Armorer. We're gonna need an armorer at some point in our production.
No, we were not going to go there.
I worked on a movie. It was my first speaking part on a non-union before I was union, and played a sheriff, a deputy sheriff, and we had an armorer on the set who was head of security for Columbia, all right, and he
Pictures, not the country.
right. Sorry, Columbia.
Remember where we are.
Yeah. And there was a very strict protocol on that. He would make sure the gun was empty. I had a shotgun, I think, and show me the empty chamber and hand me the gun and made me repeat what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So at no point in time, and this was right around when that accident happened with that other guy, at no point in time should there be a live round, even on a set.
On the set.
And if you're not shooting, actually in a scene where you're shooting, there shouldn't be a blank. In fact, most of the time, the guns you see are rubber if they're not actually shooting at somebody. And nowadays, they don't even use blanks as much. It's all After Effects.
See?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's CG.
So even with our sport, when we were using live rounds, we were using real bullets. So you had a loading table, and so that's where you actually loaded your guns. And then the person next to you, they're responsible for looking at your guns to make sure everything was loaded correctly. And then you didn't touch your guns until they called you up. And then you went up and you staged your guns to shoot.
Yeah.
When you were done shooting, then you went to the unloading table, and there was somebody always there to make sure that everything was being unloaded correctly, and then to make sure the guns were clear
Yeah.
before you actually could take your guns and go back to your gun cart.
So you're saying that this would have made a fairly good plot on like Columbo.
Yeah. How did that bullet get?
How did
Yes.
they? Now let me see if I understand you. Just one more question.
One more question.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah,
Yes.
that. Oh,
One
I
more
could
thing.
see
But I'll
that.
tell you, there was one time, and it was just before I left the sport, and it happened. My boss, who got involved with it, was standing next to me, and some guy was and he was checking his gun to make sure because you have to leave one chamber in your pistol empty.
Okay.
Because that's where you put down your hammer, on the empty chamber, right? Well, he did something wrong, and he shot the wall in front of us, and it ricocheted and literally went between my boss and I.
Oh my!
And I was the next person up to shoot, and I couldn't shoot. I was starting to shake so bad. I was just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was.
Close call.
So as safe as we try to be, it's
It's
Things
things
can
still happen.
Guns
yeah,
is
absolutely.
guns.
Yeah, guns are.
And generally,
Yeah,
you know, the breakdown comes when somebody doesn't follow protocol.
exactly.
Well, it's fascinating. I didn't know we were going to talk about guns today.
Yeah.
We're
I
going
didn't
to talk
either.
about everything, but it's giving me ideas for a new fundraiser,
Uh-oh.
gundraiser.
Who do we-
Shoot 'em up.
Shoot 'em up.
Yeah, I mean, we could do all kinds of fun things.
$10 per target.
Pay to
Yeah.
play firing squad?
No.
That wouldn't.
But
that
I
wouldn't go
mean,
over.
ideas.
Well,
Ideas.
didn't we have a guest that had some kind of fundraiser that had involved guns and bourbon? Wasn't that the guy who was a part of the inclusion?
Oh, yeah. Yes, and
Chris?
his name escapes me right at the moment.
Me too.
But yes,
Yes.
he was here with Chris on the weekend show.
I'm going to have to start listening to that show. I don't remember that.
Yeah,
that we,
he
that
did
guns
some
in
kind of
Panama?
big fundraiser and had sponsors and raised a whole bunch of money. What they did was I think they did skeet shooting. If I
Wow.
recall.
Okay, yeah, that
And
makes
then,
sense. Yeah.
And then afterwards, he said the bourbon came out, and you and I kind of went, "Wait, guns and bourbon? No."
No, first the shooting, then the bourbon. They did keep them
Okay.
separate.
That sounds healthier. That sounds like a much better idea. Well, we
Anyway.
don't actually have guns in any of our events coming up. Tonight it's hot dogs.
Yes.
They can be dangerous.
They're almost as deadly, you know.
Did you see the guy who just ate 75 hot dogs?
Oh,
at the
Joey
July 4th?
Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
And what's the
That's
seventh year in
insane.
a row?
Yeah.
Oh, no, more than that. It's like 13 years.
Oh, is
or
it
something,
really?
I think.
I know
Yeah,
it was a
it's like-
tremendous
I'd
amount.
be
I mean,
curious
he
to
must not
see.
eat between each July 4th.
Yeah, really.
And then he puts them down, and they dip them in, and they with
Oh,
the buns
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
Oh, good.
Condiments are allowed.
Essential. Oh my
Exactly.
gosh. Well, we're not doing that. I think
Okay.
everybody only gets one hot dog.
Okay.
But so you can't overdo a
All
hot
right.
dog and some
All right.
fries and a beer
All right.
or a not beer. Actually, this is a good thing that Scott at Tap Out recommended. And you got 2 drink tickets. You can get 2 beers with that, or you can just turn them in and say, what I really want is one of your great margaritas. And then they just reduce the price of the margarita by those tickets,
nice.
and then you're good.
I'm so glad you told me that.
I did. You don't have to drink beer. No, you don't have to drink beer. Come anyway.
Yes.
So you can drink whatever you want.
Probably can drink soda if you want.
You can drink
could- you
soda
could
if
drink
you
soda,
want. You
yeah.
can drink water. I've heard of that stuff.
What? What's
yeah,
it?
I've heard of it.
Water?
Yeah, W.C. Fields' not favorite.
Oh,
Ah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
yeah,
drink water.
we can have all kinds of fun. But we're going to have some big announcements and some ways to sort of help the volunteers that show up to know what they're doing this season and feel good about it, and help us get out there and get some sponsors. So that'll be really good. I think it's going to be a fantastic season, you guys. And even though I've got a millennial on the one hand and not one but 2 people who are used to doing things the way we've always done them.
Traditionalists.
Traditionalists.
We'll call them.
There you go. We have a lot to work with in between, and so anybody who has advice on how to merge these technologies and ways of thinking, I'm all ears. But I think we're doing pretty okay. So far, so far.
So far.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
it takes a village to raise a child, but it takes a whole battalion to create a theater, right?
Can I
So,
write that down?
yes, I made that up actually, especially the first part.
It's more of that gun thinking, battalions. And
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Battalion. It takes a circus to make a theater.
there you go.
No, that doesn't seem right
It
somehow.
takes a whole city to make a circus.
Takes an elephant to
Well,
make a circus.
We got a tent.
Well, we don't have any monkeys.
No, but
Well,
I know where
we?
you could get some.
Don't we? Wink, wink,
Wink,
nudge,
wink, yeah.
nudge. You don't know what we got for this season. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah. Surprises everywhere. So I think it'll be great fun. But do come out tonight for the volunteer kickoff.
5 o'clock at Tap Out.
5 o'clock at Tap
Tap
Out.
Out.
And in 2 weeks, on the 29th, please come out for our major karaoke fundraiser. That's gonna
Karaoke
be-
silent auction.
monkey toting, gun toting. It'll be a lot of
It'll
fun.
be
Are we getting the male strippers too?
We'll talk about that next week.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Hey,
Thanks for-
Schwartzy got something else for you.
Yeah, right. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Love seeing you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
all over again. We'll do some more crazy. Maybe we'll have you guys back again because you're just about the right level of crazy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.